What are you doing?
My wife and kids need me.
Stage 2. Commence.
We don't need no more weapons. We need to work together to get the hell out of here.
Don't fucking move!
In 2 minutes, we want 30 of you dead. If 30 of you are not dead, we will end 60 of your lives ourselves. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At the end of the day, people are out for themselves.
The Belko Experiment is a thriller where this office building gets locked down. There's like 80 to 100 people in there. So there's like adamantium over all the windows and nobody can get out. And a voice comes over the intercom and it's like, if you guys don't start killing people, we're gonna start killing even more of you. So they're like, set a number. It's like, if these many people aren't dead, we're gonna kill twice that number. It happens in a couple waves with a few different time limits and the rules do change throughout the movie. And holy shit, this movie is up. People so do not seem to be getting this movie. Alright, I want to make something very clear. If this movie was badly done, I could understand that. But it's not. Do not go into this movie expecting some B-movie, comedic, over-the-top gore fest. That's not what it is at all. And that's how a lot of people are taking it. And I don't understand how you can see it that way. I mean, if the acting was bad and it was poorly directed, then maybe that'd be one thing. But it's not! It feels so real! Like in every horror movie or disaster movie, there's like the beginning section where people are, talking normally and everything's okay. And then there's the event that transitions this into a horror movie or into a thriller, and how well that's done will set the tone for the rest of the movie. And it was so well done. Because, they see it as a prank at first, and they're like, well, we live in a pretty hostile area, so maybe this is meant to keep people safe on the inside, and someone hacked into it or something. And then when the realization hits that, no, this is serious, we have bombs in the back of our heads, they're gonna start killing us. I think the movie legitimately captures the shock and horror on these people's faces when they figure this out. To use a recent example, it's like in Patriots Day, when you're like, oh, we're having a race, and we're swearing at the other cops in Boston, or Mark Wahlberg, and it's just boom, and it's like, oh my god. I really think this movie nailed that. And I'm aware of how unprofessional it makes me look when I call out other people's reviews, but like, people are talking about it as like, at least we get to see some cool, gory kills. I'm like, I don't understand what kind of person can enjoy this. Okay, I've made arguments about movie violence before. Like Tarantino, people getting blown up, it's awesome, it's stylized, it's over the top. Again, the tone is what matters. Even in Hacksaw Ridge, which is a realistic, graphic, R-rated, non-fiction scenario that actually happened, I still think the tone is more, movie popcorn entertainment. And obviously people are going to disagree with me on that, and this level of where violence becomes not entertaining anymore is going to change depending upon each person. But this movie is so realistically done. It's disgusting. It's horrible. It's not some over-the-top thing where people are getting killed in ridiculous ways like in The Green Inferno. It's like, no, they're deciding which coworkers will be missed the least by the world, and then lining them up and executing them in the back of the fucking head. It's horrible. Seriously, like, this should have been NC-17. This is one of the most disgusting and graphic movies I've ever seen. And again, it's not just the amount of gore shown, it's the tone in which it's executed. And really, the acting and the music are gonna be what sets that tone. This is not a fun, violence, gore porn movie. People are screaming and crying and begging for mercy and throwing up, but in a good way. I'm not being like, this movie was too violent, I couldn't handle it. I mean, like, it's great from a filmmaking standpoint in that it made me feel legitimately uncomfortable. And people are saying the movie has nothing to say? Are you kidding me? This kind of a situation done as realistically as it is in the movie? How that brings out varying reactions in different people is like the entire point of the movie. It's a great examination of ethics. So this is like killing a few people wrong or letting more people die. I mean, obviously, being Catholic, I think there's a pretty clear, correct answer, but that's what causes people to talk. Other people have strong opinions on it. And the characters reflect that. The protagonist, Mike, is like, no, this is never okay. Never, 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 ever. This situation does not change what's right and wrong. Even the bad guy, even the villain in the movie, who is the one who is advocating for we need to shoot people or they're gonna kill more, is like shaking in his hand and like, because he doesn't want to do it either. The one thing that was underrepresented in the movie is, Jesus, God, religion, the afterlife. It's only ever brought up once. It's like, you're gonna burn in hell for what you did. But like, seriously, in a scenario like this where death is like 95% imminent, even the most casual believers in God would be on their knees praying for forgiveness or mercy. And you can do that without turning it into God's not dead, alright? You know, Christian themes can be tackled well, as we've seen in Silence. And other characters could react to that and being like, God's not going to save you. You need to save yourself, trying to like snap them out of it. From their perspective, anyway. I think it gets across three main perspectives. There's like, you know what, this is a bad situation, and it's unfortunate, but I think we need to kill. I think it's what needs to happen. And then there's like, no, that's never okay, never, ever, ever, you sick son of a bitch. And then there's being too incapacitated by fear and horror to even have a reaction. It also takes them a while to really accept it too. There's quite a few stages of them trying to get out. It's like, no, this isn't happening. This is not happening right now. And the movie shows them trying to escape and then why it wouldn't work. I'm telling you, this is a really dark movie. Like, I just came from Logan. You thought Logan was dark? Like, holy shit. And I think whenever a movie attempts to propose some kind of ethical question, if the viewers find themselves asking, what would I do, then the movie succeeded. Especially with the idea that it might all be for nothing and you just murdered innocent people and you didn't change a damn thing. Pretty sure your chances of a pleasant afterlife after that are kinda shot. There's one part in the movie where an ex-Special Forces guy, you know, a guy with like super training who had been established in the movie as this unstoppable killing machine, gets overpowered. That was kinda But I think the only real problem in the movie is, you know, the lack of people turning to their faith. Because then you could have done that, be like, God, why? How could an all-loving God ever, how could something like this ever let happen? And then you can throw around the arguments of free will and like, it's an opportunity for other people to show mercy. It's an opportunity for the best of humanity to come out as well. Bravery, self-sacrifice, perseverance. And I think aside from that one issue, the movie is a really good analysis of humanity. And I am left dumbfounded by that. I'm gonna give Belko Experiment an 8 out of 10. It's such a deep movie too. It's not just well made, it's not just entertaining, but it's got all that like thinking about it stuff, man. I thought it was really well done, and I don't get it. I really don't.